There's a lot of excitement around the listing of Tata Capital, the NBFC arm of Tata Sons, and that's primarily because it's one of the top NBFCs which may be listing in 2025. That it's primarily because there's a RBI regulation which requires systemically important upper layer NBFCs to list within 3 years, and this regulation came into being in September 2022. And so by September 25, Tata Capital is required to list on the stock exchanges as per the RBI mandate. But before the listing happens, there is going to be a merger which is under play. This merger is between Tata Capital and Tata Motors Finance. Tata Motors Finance is the commercial vehicle financing and arm of Tata Motors, and that it is also another systemically important and upper layer NBFC which requires to list going forward. So what the Tata Group is doing is merging Tata Motors Finance with Tata Capital, and the combined entity, once the merger is complete, will go ahead and list on the stock exchanges. Currently, where is the process headed? Jan 17 is the day when unsecured lenders or creditors of Tata Capital will meet to approve the merger of Tata Capital with Tata Motors Finance. Combined entity is going to be a big entity with assets which will be close to 2.3 lakh crores. And that's a big asset base for an NBFC, and it makes Tata Capital the 12th largest NBFC in the country. And that's one of the reasons why the RBI also wants the NBFC to list on the stock exchanges there. Tata Capital, once it merges with Tata Motor Finance, will have an asset base of 2.3 lakh crores. That's a big asset base for an NBFC, and that's primarily the reason why Reserve Bank of India wants the NBFC to list on the stock exchanges. Once the listing happens, the asset base, which makes Tata Capital as the 12th largest NBFC, will start trading on the exchanges, and that would take a couple of months. As I said, unsecured lenders or creditors would be approving the merger on Jan 17, and subsequently the other approvals will also come in from the NCLT Mumbai for the merger of Tata Capital and Tata Motors Finance. The merger, once completed, will consolidate the balance sheet for the entire NBFC, and thereafter the process of filing the draft red herring prospectus will begin, and it is estimated that by September of 2025, Tata Capital will be listing on the stock exchanges as per the RBI mandate there. Tata Motors will get at least 4.7% stake in Tata Capital, and that stake can be monetized by the automaker going forward when the NBFC lists on the stock exchanges there. As per the valuation which has been arrived at, Tata Capital has got a share value of 248 rupees per share, and that values Tata Capital at roughly around 96,000 odd crores. And if you look at the basic multiples which are going around for this NBFC, based on the book value which is there, or the net worth of the company, which is around 31,000 odd crores, the company is trading roughly around 3 times book, which is a decent multiple which can be given to a company which is involved in retail and wholesale financing. It will have vehicle financing and also home mortgage business which is there, and it will be into distribution of insurance products, mutual fund products, and even broking which is there through Tata Securities. So Tata Capital would be valued roughly around a lakh odd crores based on current market value, and going forward, as the book expands, this market value will go up further, and by the time it goes for the IPO, it will have a decent valuation going forward. So there are a couple of things that needs to be looked at. Many of the Tata Group companies have stake in Tata Capital, because over the period of time they have invested in Tata Capital for their as part of the fund infusion. Tata Sons itself has infused more than 6,600 crores in the last 4 to 5 years in Tata Capital. But Tata companies, which include Tata Investment, Tata Motors, and others, will now have stake, and these corporate companies own roughly around 7.7% stake in Tata Capital, and this stake can be monetized when Tata Capital gets listed on the stock exchange by September of 2025.